All right, good morning. I got to change that, huh? It's not 9. Say, I want to start at 9, but life's too complicated. Life's too complicated. I haven't been able to change my life to start at 9. But anyways, maybe we'll just start a couple minutes early today. Let's just get going. Boom! So, good morning, my friend. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Thank you very much for being here today. Wow, I look terrible. I need to get some sleep. Wow. Anyways, hey, good morning. Good to see you. How's life treating you? How's life treating you? Yeah, I did just get out of the shower. Yeah, I know, but this is me cleaned up. I need a vacay. Anyways, hey, good to see you. Let's do some currency trading today. By the way, if we haven't met, my name is Wayne. I'm a currency trader. I've been trading a very long time. I'm in love with being a trader. I love trading. Intellectually stimulating, and of course, if you get it right, it pays you too much. And if you do it right, you don't have to work all day. That's the cool thing. I mean, you can if you want, but you don't have to. So anyways, hey, nice. Thanks for being here. Please ask questions, get involved, take notes, document what you learn. Don't look at this as just like fun time or trade time. This time should be dedicated for you to learn. So you should consider these like college lectures. And you should take notes, document the key takeaways, and, review. Really, so I suggested yesterday that before you come into the live streams, you should look at your notes from yesterday's stream. Then go to yesterday's stream video, like just before the live one, like 20 minutes early, and document your key takeaways. Remind yourself what you learned yesterday, then document it on that video, and then come into this live stream fresh, ready to go. Versus just coming in and like watch TV. What happened last episode, right? No. Take this up the game, right? So maybe you haven't been in college a long time. I've been, right? So let me remind you, you walk into a room, there's 100 other like-minded people just like you studying the same thing. And all of a sudden the professor points at you and says, Sav, please stand up in front of the group and tell us what we learned yesterday. What was the key takeaways? And you stand up and you're like, day trading? Right? Not good enough. Right? You got to be ready to go, hot to go, HOTTOGO, like, right? So I'm just trying to elevate your game. If you don't know, you don't know. So like that's my recommendation for you. So anyways, get involved, ask questions, participate, treat everyone in our Forex.Today community with dignity and respect. Also, these webinars are supported by tradersway.com. They want you to succeed. They value your education. They want you to be a professional trader that can trade for years and years and years and years and slowly grow that account size. And of course, as your account size gets bigger, your lot size is going to get bigger, and that provides income. And for you, you have a good service provider, and together you have a symbiotic relationship. They add value and give you a service that you need to succeed. So tradersway.com, go there, download a demo account, right? And test out the execution speed. If you've never tried an ECN account before, try that. If you scalp high volatility events like non-farm payrolls, you might want a fixed spread. I recommend VAR, a variable spread, for me over the years and 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 years of doing this. 99% of the time is the right thing for me. So variable spread is what I would test out. So tradersway.com. And here we are. So I want you to think of something. If I called on you right now, describe what we covered over the 90 minutes yesterday. Could you give a decently detailed summary? Well, first of all, we looked at this and that and that and that, which then led to this next point, which I thought was a key takeaway as well. This, and this. And overall was that and that and that. Now, how it impacted me was this other thing, right? And everyone should say, wow, okay. Now, we've been focusing on day trading. So 2 days ago, someone asked a question, and I'm like, that's just day trading, right? Like, it's just day trading. And there was a big question mark from a few people, like, what do you mean? Like, just boom. So I showed you how to day trade. The Asian fade, right? So you'd need to mention things like the Asian fade, right? All that kind of stuff in your summary. But anyway, so I'm like, yeah, it's just what we do every day. It's just a daily swing trade. We do it weekly and we do it monthly. So, so I showed you about 5 different daily swing trades. And then yesterday we logged in. Look, I took all 5 of them. Boom, 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 boom. Profit, 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 profit. I just did what we said we'd do. They're just Asian swing trades, right? That's all it is day trading. This is the stuff you're supposed to do, right? Now, first of all, did you appreciate that where 2 days ago I showed you how to set up day trades where you're not thinking about today, only an amateur is worried about today, we're thinking about the future, right? Did you appreciate that part 2 days ago? The idea that I go into New York planning tomorrow. I don't go into New York planning today. How many people appreciate that? Like, again, I'm replanting back into your brain. I'm trying to anchor what you learned in your brain. So I know it's a rhetorical question, but if you respond and actually type it out, I can anchor it in a new part of your brain, which means you might actually remember it 6 months from now. Okay? Thank you. Then the next part. Yesterday I logged in and I showed you the outcome of those trade plans, most of which were successful. Some were moderately successful, but most were reasonably successful. But the idea is we are not worried about today. We are planning for tomorrow and setting up tomorrow. We're always ahead of the curve. Now is irrelevant, right? So I hope you appreciate that as well. Max says, well, how do you plan when the predictive pivots are still adjusting? It's a great question. You do the best you can. What other levels are creating resistance, for example? Are there psych levels? Are there monthly pivots? Are there weekly pivots, not just daily pivots, right? How strong is the downtrend? How fast is it moving? How confident are you? All these things, Max, go into it. That's your alpha, right? But imagine you didn't have those pivots. It's another level of blindness if you don't have it. So anyways, I want to show you. This is one of the trades we discussed yesterday. Can you guys see it? Where's my drawing tool? Let me boot my drawing tool. What do you stink? Huh? Quite an amazing coincidence. We got a quadruple top on the exact zone we identified 24 hours ago is probably a good place to consider selling if you were a bear. Pretty amazing, right? See, a newer trader that's not thinking forward, they're kind of looking backwards, and they don't even realize it's done this. until we're down here. So now they're just getting in the game versus being short up here. Do you understand like kind of the difference? We were thinking about shorting down here. So, right? And then amateurs are walking in today going, oh, I guess it's reversed. But we were saying it would probably reverse. You see, there's a difference. Oh, it has reversed versus, oh, it should reverse. Okay? See the difference? So, you know, this isn't $1 billion, but this is trading, right? It's pretty decent accuracy. So again, we had this planned in the future. So a top, a double top, a triple top, a quadruple top, at some point you must say, hey, this sell zone of mine seems to be respected. I should find a way to tiptoe into this, right? Cool, right? So, are we on the free and clear plan? No. Okay. Remember, this is the one I like the least. Remember that? This is the one I liked the least. This was the most bullish. So I said you should be the most cautious. So anyways, we'll leave it at that. So let's follow up. How about this one, Euro Yen? Okay. Let's see what our trade plan was. Hard to tell. Right? Hard to tell. What was our trade plan? You're like, I hate when he's facetious. What is facetious? Right? Look, this was our plan. Do you remember? 24 hours ago? By the way, stack them and pack them. There's our plan 48 hours ago. See how lovely this is? So we have this much profit here, but we have this much profit here. Stack them and pack them. Beep, 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 beep. Gorgeous, right? So 75% of you have not clicked the like button. Almost 80%. I'm showing you 12 hours in advance where the trades are. Look at this one. Up, no, down, 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 up, sell. Down, 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 up. That should have been a sell. Look, it's right on the money. Down, 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 up. This is what we said 24 hours ago. What happened? La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di. Oh! Okay. Now remember, I was telling you about the Asia fade is what I call it. And again, if you go back to my FX Bootcamp videos in 2005, 2006, 2007, this is what I've been teaching. Since 2005, guys, I've been teaching this. Amazing, right? So anyways, ask yourself, people that are so focused on the short term, right? Trades that are only 1 or 2 hours long, you're only trying to make 25 pips or something. How do you think that type of trading, when you're stuck into this kind of stuff, lower low, then a higher high, then a pullback, and then an up, and then a down, is there a greater opportunity to lose money in here, in this sideways kind of action? I call it death by 1,000 lashes, right? Lots of little pissy little trades. Now, the thing is, I think you also lose a lot of time trading in this, but there's almost no reward. You understand? Like, it takes your time, it's nothing but risk, and then there's like little to no reward. Or you could trade this way, right? Down, 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 up, sell. You're done for the day. So what was the trade plan yesterday? I said have it come up to here and then sell it. Done. 40 seconds of work. Then the point of the Asia fade, when is the prime time? Based on this description, when's the prime time to be ready? When should you get set up your ambush? How about in Asia when price is rising? And then right before the London Open, not after, like that stupid, what do you call that stupid theory that they sell you? What's that stupid thing where you wait until after all the money has actually moved the market and then you react to what happened after the fact? What do you call that stupid, right around London, what do you call that stupid thing? It gets sold a lot. Oh, the London breakout. Yeah. It's so funny, huh? Hey, you don't know what you're doing? Well then here's your strategy. Wait for people that know what they're doing to do what they're going to do, and then after they've done it, you do something like that too. What a bunch of nonsense is that? Holy crap. So how about this? Have a trade plan into advance and sell at resistance. And the London boys carry you. And instead of reacting after the fact, you get the whole move. Why? Because you planned it too, because you also know what you're doing. You're just as smart as the professional traders in London. Why don't we focus on that, right? Then some smoke and mirrors thing to say, hey man, you don't need to be smart. You don't need to do the work. I got this cool secret trick. Wait for the London boys to sell, and then after they've sold, you jump in and live off the crumbs, right? Like, why don't you just learn how to plan? Why don't you just learn how to plan like the professional traders in London? And then you can predict what they're going to do before they do it. Why don't we just do that? Right? Why don't we just teach you how to trade so you don't need smoke and mirror nonsense, right? So anyways, that's my opinion. All right. Oh, snap, I missed this one. No, I missed this one. Shoot. Why? What did I do? Here's the, that I never got executed. Oh, man, I just missed it. Oh, son of a. So here's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Done. Don't need the London breakout. What the hell do we need a London breakout for? I can tell you what I'm going to do in London or before London. Why wait for after the breakout? Anyways. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to look for something like that over the next 12 hours. Shoot, missed it though, huh? Golly. All right, but at least you get it. Now, isn't it also true that this is what's been happening over the last couple of weeks? But yet, I've been telling you, get ready for this. So, this is kind of interesting that we're getting this type of price action now, isn't it? So, the big thing we discussed based on seasonality was there's nothing on the charts to indicate this, but this is the time of year I expect a reversal. Okay, that's the first part of the hypotheses. And now, even though it was beautifully up for quite some time, in fact, I was long this since August, all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, somewhere around now. Remember, in a small 2-week window, I said, yeah, that's all over, right? Well, that doesn't look up anymore. So isn't it interesting, in this 2-week period, even though it's been up for 14 weeks or 16 weeks, suddenly in that 2-week period where I say, yeah, you should probably take profit on all your yen long trades and get ready for a reversal. We don't know if it's going to happen, But I think if it is going to happen, it would happen in this 2-week period, right? And all of a sudden, it's interesting. I understand it's confirmation bias. I understand that. But it is interesting that we had this planned in March. Am I making my point? We planned for this upward move in March. We said it would start in the 3rd week of August, which it did. And then I said between the Thanksgiving and December Fed meeting, in that 2-week period, I'm expecting this. Even though it's been up for 16 weeks, I'm going to expect down. Complete 100% reversal of my previous strategy. But I talked about it in March. I said it would start the 3rd week of August. And then in that 2-week period at the beginning of December, all bets are off. I'm dumping the whole portfolio. I'm cashing out of everything, putting all the money in my pocket, and I'm looking for a complete 100% stop and reverse. And now in this 2-week period, we get some sort of consolidation, lower high, lower low scenario. Whether this falls or not, that has to be interesting that it just happened to happen in that 2-week period, right? So now, understanding that it's confirmation bias, I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid and say, you know what, this might be me being right. My plan might be validated. I don't know, but it looks a lot less up than it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days ago, right? 8 trading days ago. So I don't know if I'm right, but I'm feeling better about it. And take a look at Aussie. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at Aussie. Our trade plan was, hang on, let's change this template. Did you forget about me, Mr. Duplicity? Okay. Oh, I took it off a different one. All right, so I got 2 trade plans going on here. Unless this was yesterday. Maybe this was yesterday. Anyways, I am short here. Okay, and I'm short here. Okay, very dangerous. Okay, bulls are going to want this, but the higher time frame took this over, right? So let's try to figure out why I'm short here. So now we got to go back and say, what sort of precedes a daily trade? And so let's take a look at swing trade weekly. Okay, is this a weekly trade up here? No, doesn't seem so. Right now, the price action on the smaller time frame is dangerously bullish. So let's change it now and say, let's take a look at a monthly. Is it a monthly? And yes, it's a monthly. So let's look at confluence. Okay. There's a monthly here. Oh, I know what's going on. I know why that's there. All right, so let's go back. Let's go to a 5-minute chart. Why? So the question I'm trying to answer is, what was the catalyst for this? I understand this. This was a DM3, right? So I get that. So what about this one? Why that one? Let's take a look on that day trade, okay? So I remember what it is now. So I have to go to this daily. There it is. Okay. Okay. So what? Here's a swing pivot. This is your swing. This is your swing low, swing down. And here's a also, right, swing, but it's a counter trend, right? It's based on not bearishness, but bullish profit taking. Okay. So where does that kind of leave us here? Well, this upper one we can reset. I just like to make sure I got the right one. Okay. And now this one we can reset as well. Okay. So you can see one was at the beginning of Asia. This was kind of like New Zealand Open, and this is Shanghai Open. Okay. And then Demas's monthly, so let's go over to there, template, monthly, and then back out here. Okay. That's this week's monthly R1. Okay. There's also this going on, right? If you're a bear, I like that actually, right? But let's go out further, and it's January's M3. 9:30 p.m. New York time is Shanghai Open. So really, you got to be at your desk at 9 p.m. So you got Tokyo at 8, right? So the Australian stock market, the Japanese stock market, and the South Korean stock market all open at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then that 9 to 9:30 is the Shanghai Open. And somewhere in there is India, but India is so confusing because they have a half time zone and stuff. Like, it's really, India is so crazy, right? India is so crazy. You got to love India. It's so crazy. Everything about India is crazy. It's beautiful, but it's crazy. It's like they're on a half-hour time zone. Like, I can never figure that out. Like, is there any other place on Earth where there's a half-hour time zone difference? Like, it's whatever. So I can never figure out India, but nobody can. But that's why you love it. India is such an amazing place. Like, when you're there, everything is difficult. And then when you, right? And then when you get home, you miss it the most. You're like, oh man, I got to get back to India. I'm overdue. I need to see South India. I've been all over North India and I guess you could say Central India, Agra or whatever. But yeah, but like Rajasthan was really neat. So I guess I'd have to like fly into Mumbai and work my way south, I guess, is my next Indian trip. Oh, is that right, Highlander? There you go. India and Newfoundland are in the half-hour time zone. Nice. You know, somehow, Highlander, that totally makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure South India is nice. Yeah. I'd like to go I think it's so different, right? I think it'd be so different in food and art and such. So I've been to like a lot of the forts and stuff all over, like in Delhi and Rajasthan and Agra, and I was up hanging out with the Punjabis. But I don't think I went to a fort in Chandigarh. I think it's too new. I don't think Chandigarh has forts. Maybe it does. But anyway, so yeah, so I think Mumbai. I know a billionaire in Mumbai, so you gotta go visit him, right? You're like, dude, this guy hangs out with like movie stars and stuff. You're like, you gotta hang out with this dude. But then like work my way south. Where would you go? Like you'd have to do Goa too, just because that's where all the white people go to say the Beatles were here. The Beatles were here. And I'd love to hear Indian Portuguese slang. That would be good, and see some Buddhism down there, which is all different to that local area. But the rest of South India, just oh man, you know. And then I guess where do all the other white guys go? The Karma Sutra temples and stuff. Like it's so cliche, but anyways, yes, man, I'd love to go to India. I'm ready to travel. I have senioritis. So you can probably hear it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for school to be over. Let's go. So anyways, we said yesterday sell, so we sold, profitable. This one I just missed, too bad. This one's profitable. That one's profitable. And that one's profitable. What do you think about day trading? So where are we sitting on this now? Profitable, 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 break even, profitable. Hey, not a bad day. Just another day trade. Right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners. 5 winners. Just a day trade. Just another day trade. Border collie. That's funny. So anyways, not bad, right? Well, all I'm doing is carrying out the trade plans that we did. Missed this one, huh? I missed this one? Shoot. So let's pick this one up, because this goes to that moment in time where I said, this goes back to the moment in time when I said, if you're certain, you die. How many people learned something from that speech that day when I said, don't be certain. When you trade, you need to be afraid. Therefore, you don't overtake risk. And in fact, when you trade, then you manage the risk. You're laser focused. Don't be certain. I said, this is a test. This is your final examinations for the semester. How you handle this will determine if you have what it takes to be a professional. Are you patient? Are you disciplined? Are you focused? Do you plan your trades? Or do you just simply chase price? Do you remember that? You know how easy it is for someone to give you the rah-rah speech like, oh, we got what we want to go, trade, 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 buy the dip, let's go, buy, 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 go, yellow Lamborghini, yellow Lamborghini. Right? That's so easy to do that because that's what you want me to do. And I said, you know what? There's a boring way to do this and to make a heck of a lot more money. Okay? This month had a buy zone. That's where you should have made your money. If you're so aggressive, that's where you need to be aggressive. Not way up here after the fact. After the fact is for, right, the amateurs and the broke. I guess, I don't know. You know, I've seen that advertised a lot of places, the LEG. I don't even know who LEG is, though. But I know it's up there, so it must be good. You know, but the thing is, there's probably lots of people that don't know who Angela Merkel is. And so that's who did my commencement speech. It hasn't been announced who's going to do this one this year. So that'll be interesting. Oh, that guy. Oh, have you seen him in The Spy? I get it. Yeah, it's the Borat guy. Yeah, I like him actually, so I will watch it. That's right. That's his fake character. I get it. Okay. I do actually like that guy. And he's in a very, very serious Netflix series now where he's a spy for Israel. And it's very serious, and he does a pretty good job in it. So, yeah, okay, I'll watch that. Yeah, I'm still stuck in the 90s, guys. So, like, Ali G, pop culture, I don't know. I know trading. That's what I've been doing for the last 20 years is trading. But anyways, but I do like him. I've seen him in interviews, and he's intelligent. All right, so let's move in here. I kind of think of that guy, whatever his real name is. You know, he's smart enough to know how stupid Borat is, but he's also smart enough to know that it sells. He can get a TV show. He can get a movie made. It's what Hollywood wants. He could do it really funny. But to him, it's stupid, but it's what works. It's what gets him what he needs, right? And have you ever seen like Jerry Springer? Jerry Springer, I think, also was a really smart person. I don't think he's dead or anything, but I don't think his show is still on, is it? But the thing with Jerry Springer is I think he tried to go like the smart, righteous path as a serious journalist, and people don't want that. After a while, you're like, dude, nobody wants this. What do people want? They want to see idiots fight on stage. And he's like, that's what sells. So I think he just did that. He's like, I know this is trash, this is garbage, but it's what people want, and I make millions of dollars. And I'm like, okay. He's a psychologist, right? Right? Is that right? He was the mayor of Cleveland. But anyway, so I think that guy is similar, where Borat is funny, but this guy is actually very, very smart, and Borat is probably like the least he could do. But that's what people want, so that's what he did. All right, so whatever. I don't know about this guy. So this is where we were yesterday. Okay? Another 24 hours have passed. What was our weekly trade plan now? Resistance on the way up. Okay? I'm a bear, even though this was all 100% bullish. But I said, if this is going to fall, it will fall there. I don't know if it will fall, but if it does fall, it will fall there. We get 100% retracement, lower high, 100% retracement, lower high, maybe lower low, lower high, lower low. And if that happens, I'm right. If that doesn't happen, I'm at least partially right. Maurice, just take the swing trading course. Just go to FX Bootcamp. Okay? There's a whole course that's, I think, 14 hours or something? Just take the course, dude. Just take the course. fxbootcamp.com. Okay. It's already there, man. I've already answered every question you could possibly have. Just do the course. All right. Okay, Maurice. All right. Crude. Okay, crude. So a couple of days ago, we did supply side analysis and adjusted for an exogenous supply shock. Isn't that nice? What do you think? Ryan's been hardcore lately. What's he been focused on? Perennial legacy. What have you been on? Drilling in on the opens. Oh, is that right? Yeah, you got to have focus, right? How many people here right now are in the FX Bootcamp live mentoring program? How many people are in? Perennial? Yeah, well, he's hardcore. He is hardcore. Jim is too? Yeah. It's a pretty small group, but that's why you can get hardcore hours and hours and hours of, mentoring. Just you two? Brilliant. Okay. Oscar is too. Okay. Right on. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So anyways, let me finish with oil. Oh, perennial, you're level 2, huh? That's good. How did I meet Ryan? Ryan was an FX. Well, first of all, he found me on YouTube, and then he's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing stuff." And he's hardcore, right? Like he very quickly after a few months of watching being live in the webinars, just like you, he was by far the most active and most serious that I could see. Like he was very dedicated. And then he started doing analysis and stuff for Forex.Today. And he did more work. He did 5 times more work than the average person. Maybe 10 times more work. He was deadly serious. And then he's like, Wayne, you got to come to South Africa and teach us right here. And I said, So then he asked again, and 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 again. Because I said, look, I'll do it, but I don't really have time. But if you kick down my door, I'll come out. I'll go. I'll go all the way to South Africa. Even though I don't have any time, I will fly all the way to South Africa. I will teach you what I know, and I'll fly home. And that's actually what happened. It took me like 24 hours to get to Johannesburg, right? Went to the hotel, did 2 days worth of trading, and then everyone's there like, hey, we arranged for you to go to Kruger National Park and get to see the big 3, the tigers, the lions, the giraffes and everything. There's going to be a safari. It's all been paid for. It's our gift just to say thank you for coming to South Africa and doing this for us. I'm like, I really appreciate it. I totally want to do that. But I got to get back home. And I did. And I just got on a plane and I just went back home. Flew all the way there. Just to help my South African brothers and sisters. Boom. That's it. It was like 2 days on the ground, 2 days in the air. I didn't even go see the tigers. You know what? I would love to go on an African safari. My gosh. I would love to do that. I was right there. There was a gift given to me, already paid for. Let's just go to Kruger National Park. It's 2 hours away. I don't have the time. I'm sorry. I got to roll. Boom. Back to the airport, on the plane, gone. So anyways, that's how I met Ryan. He has a sickening, ridiculous work ethic. And that's why I like him. Okay? That's why I like him. All right. So let's I didn't mean to do that. Let's take a look. How can we see what else is left on this? Is there any meat on this bone? No. This is very hard to analyze now. Oh, I thought this was peso. Crude. Why is this WTI? What? Whoa, that was slow. Holy smokes. I'm like, peso? All right. How do you develop that kind of work ethic? When I was in college in the 1990s, for example, I was part of a nonprofit group that intended on changing the world and making it a better place. And I'll give you an example of that. I slept for 4 hours, but I only did it every other day. So I did school. I ran a small business that I owned because I'm an entrepreneur. But I also dedicated my life to that nonprofit group that focused on developing student leadership, international cultural understanding. Right. In fact, the mission of the organization was to contribute to the development of the world's nations and their people with an overriding commitment to international and cultural understanding. This is how I met George Soros and stuff. So anyways, I started back then. And I worked, I slept for 4 hours every other day. That's, I think, how I learned work ethic. Either that or I just grew up in Canada, but I don't know if all Canadians have work ethic. I think many do. When you look at farmers have work ethic, right? But anyways, but that's where I really learned, like, having passion for a mission. But here's the thing. I did that for like a year and a half, sleeping every other day. And then one day I wake up and my back is killing me. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even get out of bed and I'm so tired. And I have to pee like you wouldn't believe. So I get up and I pee for like 3 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, crazy. And then I look at the clock. I'm like, shoot, I'm late for school, right? So I throw on some clothes and I grab my backpack and I run to campus. I live about 2 blocks from campus. And I run, and I get to the B school, and I run up the stairs, and I run down the hallway, and I run into the classroom, and there's no Tuesday class. It's like Tuesday, and there's nobody here. And I look at my watch, and I'm like, where is everybody? And I'm like, did they cancel? I'm like, and I'm so tired. I'm like, I could have just slept in, right? But I'm like, I could have slept in, but I got up and I ran here and nobody's in the class. They canceled it. I don't remember. And then, so I'm walking down the hall and I'm leaving and I recognize someone in one of the other classrooms on my Wednesday class. And I look. It's my Wednesday class. But I went to bed on Monday. And I look over there, and sure enough, the seat I usually sit in is empty. So I walk in and I sit down, and I'm like, what the hell's happened here? What happened to Tuesday? Turns out I went to bed and I slept for something like 36 hours straight. So I can't get through class. I'm too tired. I'm like, oh my God, I'm too tired. I can't even pay attention. So I get up at break and I walk out and I walk back to home. I walk in, and this is back when you had tape machines for voicemail. And I hit play and I got like 40 messages. Wayne, you're missing the meeting. Where are you? Right? I'm missing an executive meeting and I'm missing this, and hey man, you didn't show up for this event. Hey man, where are you? Why don't you return my calls? And apparently I had slept for 36 hours straight. And so I just crawled back into bed and I slept for another 24 hours. Ridiculous and sickening. But I also learned that I do need balance. Balance was really important. Obviously, that can't be a healthy move. So I can't say I live a balanced lifestyle. I've been going to bed all week at like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning this week. Like, I'm only living on 4 hours sleep. And by the way, I love to sleep. I'm not like some natural high energy person. So I'm committed. That's it. I'm just absolutely ridiculously committed. And then I married someone that can provide me balance. And she's wonderful. Daniel says, work 2 days straight, sleep 2. You know what's interesting is I think I don't like the 9 to 5 schedule that humanity gave itself. I prefer actually working like 12 hours a day, 4 days a week. I think makes more sense. I'd much rather work 12 hours a day. Like most people that have a job, they go and they waste, what, 70% of their time? They walk in 15 minutes late, they put their stuff down, they go to the bathroom for 15 minutes, right? Then they come back, and they sit down, they check their email, they check their voicemail, and then what? They go get a coffee, waste another 15 minutes. And then they come back, there's some stupid meeting that achieves nothing. Now the meeting's over, they sit down, they check their email, they check their voicemail, and then they go have an early lunch. And they take 90 minutes for their lunch. And then they come back and check their email again. And then they go to some stupid meeting, once again, that's pointless, meaningless, and has no objective or any sort of measurable goal. And then, and they rinse and repeat. And then they're like, oh man, I was swamped. I did 3 meetings today and checked my email 6 times. That's a day. No, that's not a day, dude. That's not a day. So I think we should scrub all that and create 12-hour days so that you can get all that wasting time stuff out of the way. And then you spend at least, a solid amount of time achieving things. But so anyways, it seems toppish. Let's move on. I think you can tell I'm tired again, so. Okay. So I'm looking at that. Look at this. Okay. So, right, this is day trading, right? So let's review what I've been teaching you all week. First of all, this is up, 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 and up. Okay. This is a daily chart though, so it's not day trading, it's swing trading. So how do you swing trade gold if you are a bear? This is your sell zone. Let's do this in pink. It's just easier to see. This is your sell zone for that week. This is your sell zone for the next week. This is your sell zone last week. This is your sell zone this week. Which means at the beginning of the week, you don't know if it's going to fall. But if you're already a bear, then you're simply planning down, 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 and down. So has it fallen? Well, no. This one got you going. This one got you going. This one actually went from top to bottom as it was supposed to. And now this one. So it's not beautiful price action, but it is down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, up. What's likely to happen next? Maybe a sell. Right? And then up, up, but the up, up is way up here. And then down. But that hasn't happened yet. That's weeks away. Was that right, Michael? Yeah. There is. So I'm just saying there's a better way than the 9 to 5, right? And I think most of humanity is very dissatisfied with the modern life we've created for ourselves in the last 75 years, right? So I think there's a better way. And of course, Forex is great because you can make your hours, you can plan things in advance, right? So I do things like, I look at my watch. I've always said the clock is an indicator that new traders don't use wisely. So I know when to be at my charts and when not to be at the charts. I know when volatility is coming. I know when it's leaving. I know when to set up my day trades. I know when to set up my weekly swings. I know when to set up my monthly swings. I'm very regimented. But imagine you planned, let's say, 10 trades a day, every trading day for almost 20 years. After a while, you'd get pretty solid at it, right? You use orders. Daniel, you use limit orders. Okay. Cool. So this is working now, huh? Look where I'm short. Isn't that nice? That's where I'm short. You see? Sell. Isn't that nice? That's right, Max. But I always say though, like, read the original Market Wizards, and I can't remember which guy it is, but he very reluctantly agreed to be interviewed for the book. In fact, he said no like 2 or 3 times. So the author, what's his name? Schlager, Jack Schlager, contacted some of the traders' friends who were also traders and asked for their help. And so they called him up, right? And said, help me get this meeting. So he gets a meeting anyway. So the guy says, look, all right, you can come and interview me. I'll give you an hour. He said, but you have to agree that while you're interviewing me, I will be doing my spreadsheets and planning tomorrow's trades. So in the interview, Jack asked him, like, so why do you do this routine every day? He's like, I know it's the thing that makes me successful. And if I plan my trades today and document it today, then when I walk into the office tomorrow, it's sitting on my desk. Now, let me preface this, right? He's at the end of a day. So at the end of Wednesday, he's already done his analysis. He's writing it down and leaving it on his desk. On, let's say, Wednesday night, he's already planned Thursday's trades. So then when he comes back to the office Thursday morning, there's a piece of paper there that he's created himself. He has a staff of 100 people. There's a piece of paper there reminding him of what Thursday's trade plans are. On Thursday, all he simply does is execute the trades he planned the day before. And then at the end, after he's made his money, he plans the next day. And he's like, if he does it himself, he'll be successful and he makes millions and millions and millions of dollars per month. But he's like, but it's the fact I do the work. And he says, so no matter what, he's learned over the years, no matter what, the most important thing that he does, the thing that makes him millions of dollars and afford him to have hundreds of employees, is the fact that he does the work himself and he never fails. Nothing gets in the way of him planning tomorrow's trades today. And that really impacted me. I'm like, wow, even being interviewed for a book, he's like, you sit there, you can ask me questions, but I'm going to also be doing my trade planning. Pretty amazing. That's how hardcore I want you to be. This is why every day I drill in. You don't have to be right. You don't have to outsmart the market. In fact, don't even try to outsmart the market. What you need is a clear bias so that you can set up your trades with plans before you take them. You will always have an advantage. You'll either make more money or your losses will be smaller. Because if you buy at support and it goes through support, stop being a bull. Get out, take the loss, take a walk. Right? Discipline, guys. Discipline. Patience, discipline. Patience, discipline. Patience, discipline. You need patience and discipline. These are the things, the keys to success as a trader. Patience to wait for your setup and the discipline to get in and the discipline to get out based on your plan. So Michael says, weekly swings, 5 p.m. on Sundays, right? Well, we do the swing group on Thursday. So almost always, I'm already in Monday's trade before the weekend. But if I haven't been able to catch a move or the market's not quite right, then yeah, certainly by Sunday 5 p.m. the market opens. I'm right there at my charts. It's actually 6 p.m. for me. So at 6 p.m. I'm at my charts on a Sunday. If I'm not already in the swing, usually I am, but not always. And I'm right there. And the market opens and I'm on M3, boom, I'm short. Done. And I move on. It literally takes 10 minutes. Let's say by Sunday at 6:15, I got probably 2, 3, 4 weekly swing trades. And I'm done. Because I'm like, oh, there's my price, got that one. Drop it, pop a stop. Where's the next one? Okay, yep, got that price there. Drop a trade, pop a stop. How about this one? Nope. How about this one? Nope. How about this one? Yep, that one looks good. Take that one. Pop a stop. And I'm like, oh, okay, done. By 6:15, I'm done. Okay. All right. So I've been focusing on day trading now for 3 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more profitable trades today. So I hope you like it. I got to go. I have a big construction crew coming here and doing work again, so I got to go. Thank you for being on my team. Thank you for being a client of Trader's Way. And thank you for being a subscriber to the Forex.Today YouTube channel. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average.